bless. Yegor Yevlampovich, Vasilisa Fyodorovna. I came for you, Vasilisa. I'll get you to Pakcha. And you, Yegor Yevlampovich, will get to Vilgard. Get ready. I'll wait for you at the gates.
You reach the bride's izba with the light of dawn. The changeling girl sits under the icons and starts a long ritual of saying farewell to the maidenly headband. The bridesmaids chant Uzhyasyaduka Maladyoshenka. The bride hands out red satin ribbons to everyone. The bride gives the prettiest one to you. The ritual drags on, and the guests have yet to arrive. The sounds of the last wailings quiet down close to the evening. The bridesmaids begin dressing the bride in the wedding gown. You go down into the yard. It looks empty and grim without wedding guests. There was some noise coming from this haystack. Or was it that two dark figures emerge from the shadows?
Aha! We've got a witch!
Oh, it's Vasilisa.
This isn't a fairy tale. What if I took you for an evil spirit?
Sorry, Vasya. We were trying to ambush an evil Khaldun, not you.
Someone has been here for sure. We've been watching all night and saw it. He sneaked in and planted an ikota on the wedding.
Oh, Christ in heaven! Not an ikota!
It's alright. I'll protect you. Khalduns have no business cursing weddings.
What Khaldun did you see?
He sneaked in at night. Satan himself, I swear by God.
The gates opened by themselves and the oven seals were flying around.
Means chorts were moving it.
And he himself didn't look like a Khaldun. He was dressed as a townsperson.
He started to whisper. It was so fast and so frightening. It was so dark, we almost couldn't see anything.
She likely won't find it by herself.
Stop whistling.
This flute must be good against the Khalduns.
So he ran, and we decided to change our hiding spot in case he'd be back. And you came.
What did that Khaldun do?
He whispered a lot and did something with his hands.
I think he was scattering cursed items.
We'll help you find them, Vasya.
She likely won't find it by herself.
Alright, if you want to help, go right ahead. Petka, look in this haystack for a peapot with 9 peas. You, Akulina, look in that haystack. And I'll search the yard. All clear?
Clear. He likely won't find it without us.
All right, Vasilisa.
Found any pots? Well, have you found anything?
Hold your horses. I'm still looking.
You closely inspect the floor. To your horror, you find a patch of burned dog. The chest contains snowy white bed sheets for the newlyweds. They must be given to the house of the... You cut into the lining and, to your horror, find something furry inside. The chest contains snowy white bed sheets for the newlyweds. They must be given to the house of the groom. Suddenly, Petka calls out to you.
Vasa, I found it, I think.
I too found some traces of the curse. You and I both have some. That's a lot. What do you have, Akulina?
Oh,
Well, it doesn't matter if you don't have any.
I found some, Vasa. Also pod.
Quite a few curses. Powerful Khaldun is involved here.
The children look at each other worrisomely.
Give me those pods. Who knows what else is our enemy capable of? A curse? Will he summon Chorts? A mortal threat.
You jump from a sudden knock at the gates. The children run inside the house, screaming. After several minutes of bargaining, you open the gates.
Go get your bride upstairs. I need to speak to the Master of Ceremonies.
You seem alarmed, Vasilisa.
I found so many cursed things right now. Someone powerful is trying to curse this wedding.
You tell old Yegor about your discoveries.
You can stop the wedding now.
But why? Wait, I'll tell Nikolai.
Old Yegor forcefully grabs your arm.
Hold there. Do you want to spoil their wedding? If you stop the procession right now, their whole life could go sideways.
Yes, but what if we're stopped on our way down the aisle? No one knows how all these curses turned out.
That's your task, Matchmaker, to guard the procession against it. If it stops, then yes, only God knows what will happen. Don't bother the betrothed. Do your job, and I will do mine. We'll teach Fechka some zagovors. He may learn something yet.
All right, Grandpa.
Let's go. We need to bless them on their way.
All the guests gather in the Izba. After the blessings of Nikolai and his bride, the procession departs to Vilgort, to the Church of the Trinity.
This girl sure is lucky, right?
Yes, few can return from another world. She wouldn't have done it by herself. We helped her. So is the case with the other dead. They can't get back by themselves.
So Kolya wouldn't pull her out without you, right?
Without me or Grandpa, unlikely.
You know, I've been thinking. In a way, you also pulled me out from the grave. If you didn't come that night to the pothouse, Shorts would have killed me.
Yes, I think that's how it happened.
I've heard what the girls in Vilgard have been saying. That you didn't want to become a witch. But you did become one, right? And so I've been thinking, you did it to help your betrothed.
Why would you think that?
You and your grandpa are taking me for a fool. But I see lots of things. The dead men can go back by themselves, right? I visited lots of evening gatherings. I saw how much you loved me. So I think you decided. Vasa, stop this nonsense. Nothing good will come of it. You brought back that girl. She never died. She was kidnapped, right? I was quite close to being dead. But she betrothed. Is dead. Buried.
Quit running your mouth. You don't understand anything.
Wait, don't be angry. I'm not joking. I came close to seeing the afterlife. There's no coming back from there. And your Chorts constantly beg you for a walk, right? So how many people have you cursed already?
Not so many.
What's next? Sooner or later, they'll get hungrier and hungrier and start dragging our souls to the grave. I've listened closely to many stories. Your Chorts will also drag you to hell, along with who knows how many peasants.
You may be right. The Chorts constantly ask for work. If I give them some slack, they'll ruin everything they see. But what else can I do? You're saying my Chorts will be the death of me. You can't know my fate. And you don't know his fate.
That's right. I don't. but I decided to make my own fate. You have your fate. You heard the Troika, so that's your fate. Maybe it wasn't a trick, but I have it differently. You remember how I stole from the shop? It wasn't the first time. I've done lots of similar things. I think maybe I should quit this kind of life. Start a household. I know it's not as fun or exciting. You saved me, so I wanted to ask your advice. You were nowhere after all. What do you think?
Well, Fedka, I've always told you to abandon your life of pleasure.
All right, I'll try. Old habits die hard. The next thing you'll know, I have my own household.
You better remember these words of yours.
I will. I'm not old enough to have a bad memory.
Fedka grins and flings the reins. Pakcha village is surrounded by mist, and the road to Vilgurt lies ahead of you. You think that if someone wanted this wedding ruined, he wouldn't be stopped this easily. You look around anxiously and prepare for the worst. The winding path lures you in with a damp mist and mysterious shadows. What spirits hide behind them? Soon, you get to Cold Creek Ford. Yours and the bride's carts cross the water with a splash, but the third cart isn't so lucky. One of the wheels hits a stone, and all its passengers fall overboard. You look around and notice demon eyes in the dark. Fedka gives you a questioning look. What should you do? You hop off the cart and open the black book. Fedka passes the reins. The cart is finally fixed, and you quickly catch up to the procession. The peasants didn't see the Chorts, but they noticed you whispering Zagavers. Now they are looking at you and your book with respect. The wedding train reaches the shadows of the gloomy trees of the crooked forest. Strange sounds escape the evening darkness. It appears the mysterious Khaldun cursed this road as well. Your suspicions prove correct. Although you have known this forest since you were a child, the road meets a fork that you have no memory of. Looks like the turn on the right is used more often than the one to the left. You don't recognize the last fork either. The road to the left, you arrive at another fork. The road to the left lies through a thick forest, and this road goes back, but it is overgrown with firs. You don't recognize the last fork either. The road to the left looks like it's submerged in darkness, and you arrive at another fork. The road to the left lies through a thick forest, and to the right, you see a clearing amongst the trees. This road goes back, but it is overgrown with firs. You don't recognize the last fork either. The road, you arrive at another fork. The road to the left, finally, the forest is behind you. Vilgurt is close, so you decide to take a break. Mikhail's crossroads look unfamiliar. You feel as if you have entirely lost your sense of direction. You can't tell north from south. It's as if you are standing at this crossroads for the first time. You decide to resort to sorcery. You quickly whisper the words of the Zagaver and listen. You chose the right way. You make no mistake in choosing the road. This task is right down your alley. The road to Vilgurt passes by uneventfully.
Vasilisa, stop the procession!
Alexander, we can't! It's a bad omen!
I suppose I can hide it now. No time to argue. I intend to curse your wedding procession, and I'm willing to see it through.
What? Are you telling me that everything you do is based on science?
I can leave it be, but only if you give me the book.
Listen! Let me wed this couple, and then we can fight! Why both the bride and groom?
You won't trick me, Vasilisa! I came especially prepared for this fight! Now when there's a curse around us, we are equal!
But why do you need to ruin the wedding?
It's simple. I can take the side effects only if you're sufficiently weakened.
If the procession stops, the curse may splash out. Only God knows what should happen then.
Right! You're only saying this so I wouldn't interfere. No such thing will happen.
Listen to me! This is dangerous! Very dangerous!
You can't scare me, Vasilisa! Either give me the book, or the procession stops!
So that's how it is in your world. Always playing pretend. You could have helped me with the snake that time.
I wanted to, but you were doing fine on your own, and I wanted to see what kind of witch you were. I did. I think you're as powerful as me. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just need the book.
You know about this? What do you need it for? What are you planning?
Don't stall, Vasilisa. Fight me.
Listen!
You won't trick me now when there's a curse around us.
I can't...
Then it's the only way. guests will be safe.
They have nothing to fear. I'll protect them.
hurt you, Vasilisa.
You've been lying like the devil himself, and now you...
Give up, or the entire wedding procession will be transformed.
Not if I stop you first.
Alexander's driver notices that his master is weakened and strikes the horses. The carriage drives away. With horror, you realize that his last Zagavers weren't directed at you, but at the procession. The horses lose their footing, and the first carts overturn with a terrible crash. The world around you turns into a cacophony of screams, both animal and human. Alexander's curse hits the weakened wedding procession and slices through it. Some of the wedding guests turn into wolves and run into the forest. Others have lost consciousness or are injured from the crash. You notice old Yegor and run towards him. Several Zagavers later, and your mentor comes to his senses.
Grandpa! Grandpa, you're alive?
Vasilisa! Oh, Jesus, my head hurts. Oh,
Wait, I'll whisper a bit.
no time. What's happened to the procession? Was it cursed after all?
Yes, many of the guests were turned to wolves.
So they were. I wasn't seeing straight. I saw how Fedka was turning.
I'll get that, Alexander. Oh, but what should we do now?
Shush, don't whine. There's no time to think about that lad now. First, we fix the wedding. That's all right. You'll catch the wolves and heal them. Next thing you know, the seal will be broken.
How will I find them? Even my chorts may not be able to find the cursed.
We'll find them. I have this old friend of mine, a hunter. He will track them. Find out who's missing and fix up the wounded. Then we'll get ready for the road.
How did they turn into wolves? No one has heard of such thing for 100 years or more.
Well, your friend there cast a strong curse, and then you were right. Fedka is not very knowledgeable for a best man.
How do I lift the curse?
You need special herb, Cuckoo's Tears. It grows deep in the forest, in the Leshy's domain. I think this hunter of mine will give you a hand with the herb as well.
So Fedka turned also?
Yes, there is his accordion. At first I thought I was seeing things.
What do we do with the bride and groom now?
They'll manage. I'll teach them a couple of secret prayers.
Who's that friend of yours?
Just a hunter. I'll tell you at home.
Your friend, the Ikotnitsa, is lying here. Akulina has lost consciousness. It seems the girl is hurt. Akulina comes to her senses, and with difficulty...
Oh, Vasya, have you healed me?
Akulina, you're alive. Oh Lord, oh Jesus.
She's going to be all right now. Akulina, have you noticed where the wolves went?
I haven't. I don't remember anything since I fell. I can't see Piotr anywhere. He must have been turned too.
Your mother will bring you home. Rest there.
All right, Vasya.
Thank you, Vasilisa Fyodorovna. I'll pray for you.
Did you notice where the wolves ran?
Somewhere in the direction of Pakcha. They hid in the forest straight away. I barely had any time to look. I only noticed that several of the bridesmaids turned. The horror! I've heard of such things, but never thought we'd witness it.
Some horses have fled. Only the bravest of them all have stayed.
Vasilisa, my head is dizzy. Where is Nikolai?
I can't see him. Listen.
He's also been transformed. Oh, I seem to be destined to go return to evil spirits.
Don't lose hope. I'll go after him and the rest of the guests. I know I failed at protecting the wedding, but I'll try to fix it.
Looks like you were right about Fedka. I should have listened to you.
He's not the one who ruined the wedding. That was another Khaldun. That's all right. I'll deal with him. As soon as I get Nikolai back, you'll make it to the church. I'll set your life straight.
I hope that God will help you, Vasilisa.
Ready to go back. You can barely stand upright.
A wounded peasant girl is lying in the grass. Looks like she's lost consciousness. The girl thanks you with a weak voice, but then loses her senses again. At least her.
All the cards have turned over. Some of them are broken.
Ready to go back. You can barely stand upright. Vasilisa, get up. It's morning already. We need to hurry while the wolf tracks are still fresh. I told you yesterday about my friend, the hunter. He is a master of his craft. He can track any beast.
These aren't exactly beasts.
And the hunters aren't exactly simple folk. They're knowers of their own sort. Some are friends with a Leshy, others know Zagavars. This one is called Ayrat, a smart man. Lives near Cherting.
You think he'll help me?
He will. When you meet him, tell him I sent you. We had a deal. I give him the stuff, and he owes me one.
How do I find the guests?
You and Ayrat will follow the tracks.
I also need to talk to Alexander.
No point. He must have fled. If I were him, I would stay away from you.
And leave him unpunished? Just give me a couple of seconds. I'll let him swell so much he won't fit into a card.
You want to find him? So be it. Ask around in Alyoshkina village. The talk is that his family is from there. I found this out during my last visit there.
The moment we took on the next seal, the wolves showed up. As if the devil himself arranged it.
I don't know. If anyone helps us, it must be some power from above. Satan can only spoil things, and forces of light wouldn't curse a wedding. Mysterious are his ways. Who knows? Who knows?
You think I can break the curse with the wedding guests?
Only you can find it out.
Where can I find your friend?
Ayrat lives close to Cherting. You'll learn about him in the town. in the hunting shop there. It's summer now, so he shouldn't be wandering in the woods. To cure the wolves, look for a cuckoo's tears herb. You should find it in the forest. Some herbalists may also have it. Have a look in the town market. And above all, don't forget the seal.
All right, Grandpa.
Greetings, kind host. We bear gifts, a fine rooster for you, which should prove useful for the household.
Greetings. Come sit by the table. Need any help?
Oh, we have a disaster on our hands in our village of Klepnikova. Oh, the things that have happened. We must have made Aleshi angry. Yesterday, a shepherd was looking after our cattle, and a pack of wolves jumped him. Scared halfway to death he was. They wanted to kill him along with the animals, but he threw his accordion at them. He wants to be a musician, and a wolf tore at it instead. The man ran as fast as he could. He barely made it.
I think I can deal with that pack.
Then there is this strange thing. One of the wolves, our shepherd has a sharp eye, was wearing a jacket. Holy Mother, Lord Jesus!
All right. I'll help.
Oh, thank you, mistress. I won't forget it.
Half the village has gathered in front of yesterday's bride. The peasants are violently knocking on the gates. Looks like you've come just in time. The situation is getting...
Come out, Agafia! Bring out your girl, that cursed witch!
I'll beat her so hard she'll bring our kin back right away. I heard it's a potent remedy.
Why have you gathered here? It's late. Go back to your homes.
Who are you, girl?
She's a witch from Vilgard. Don't expect kindness from her.
Well, let's beat her first. That'll probably remove the curse from the wedding guests.
Stop! There are no guilty people here. You're barking up the wrong tree.
Never trust a witch. That's what my pa used to say.
It seems that the peasants are hostile. How can I convince them otherwise? You want to beat me? I alone can help you. And the bride? You think she wanted to curse her own groom? She wanted to get married as soon as possible. Why would she hurt her guests? She didn't transform the procession. Some man did it. Many people saw it. Ask those who weren't turned.
All right. We believe you this time. But you better bring back my son.
I'm going to lift the curse. Soon everyone will be at home.
After discussing your arguments, the peasants disperse. One old lady even blesses you and gives you some milk. The bride opens the gates and thanks you for your help. While hurrying to Vilgard, you walk onto the main road and see a dark whirlwind coming your way. In a moment, you realize it to be a short swarm and open the black book. The last chort disappears into black flames. You can only wonder who set this swarm upon you. You carefully move along the silent street, looking at the carved windows of the rich.
At least I remember you, right, Ilya?
When we will stop already, you spawn of the devil. What if the left one and the right one pop up? What then, huh?
Well, they surely won't. They've forgotten about you. I asked around, you know.
Damn. I wish I couldn't see you for a century or so.
That's what I'm talking about. Precisely a century is almost up. And we've been doing so well together, I didn't even touch you. Wait! I smell something.
You decide to stay and listen to the end of the conversation.
You didn't give me quarter, though, did you? I told you, count the dust, the pine lives. And you, it's all about cursing someone for you.
And how would you curse weddings without me, huh?
Yeah, those were the days. I stopped processions all right, and transformed wedding guests. Only I'm going to hell for this.
I saved you from the inferno, didn't I? Just lie here quietly in your grave. Later with that, I smell something foul. A live one. Look, a witch is eavesdropping on us.
Well, we'll scrub her now, won't we?
In the village, you spot a group of peasants with a priest. The father sprinkles the well with the holy water. A prayer is read. After the ritual is over, the group disperses except for one old man who continues to cross himself.
What, girl? Came to drink, you feel? No, can do. The well's gone dry. The Lord punishes.
When did the well go dry?
Only recently. Up until now, everything was fine.
I may be able to fix it.
You know something? That's good. The only thing more important in life than knowledge is the belief in God.
You describe your acquaintance and ask about Alexander.
There are hundreds of rich Alexanders like that all over Perm, pretty girl. You think you can find yours here? I've lived here in Alyoshkina for a long time, girl. I may be able to help you. This village used to belong to landlords. Our masters weren't cruel, but they were somewhat peculiar. What were their names, lords? Help me. Can't remember. But they were interested in demons and Zagabors. Their servants used to talk about how they performed some kind of mansion rituals or something. Well, We also had a nowhere girl. What a beauty she was. They took her as nanny for their son. The boy was named Sasha. That's why I'm telling you this. They've moved now. Where? I don't know. Ask around in town.
In the village, you spot a group of peasants with a priest. The father sprinkles the well with the holy water. A prayer is read. The well seems to have dried up long ago. Your skin crawls when at its bottom you look at the peasant, bend over the well, and call out to the spirit in a whisper.
Huh? You scared me, girl. Are you a Khaldun?
What are you doing down there? You're a polyvoy, not a well spirit. The well is dry because of you.
I send the water away. How would I stay down here otherwise? I can't go back to my fields at night, so I just wait here until the morning. Some wicked chorts turned up in my field. They won't leave me alone. All night they play cards and make noise, so I sleep here at night.
Will you leave this well if I deal with those chorts?
Sure I will. What else do I need this place for? I am a polyvoy, not a well spirit.
I'll help you then. Soon it will be quiet at night in your field. What kind of chort are you?
I am a polyvoy. I look after fields. I guard them. But this time, the chorts were too strong. I tend to the grasses and look after the cattle if they graze on my field. There is a little of our kind left here.
In the village, you spot a group of peasants with a priest. The father sprinkles the well with you whisper a prayer and catch your breath. In the field, you find a noisy company of chorts immersed in a game of cards. When you order them to leave the field, they laugh. After getting rid of the Chorts, you get back to the village. The thankful Polivoy gives you a treasure consisting of copper coins and a silver dish, which he found in his field. There's a winding trail that leads through the gloomy woods to the place where cattle graze. For some reason, people call it a road. You cautiously look around and suddenly hear muted growling from the shadows. Could it be your imagination? You draw a circle and open the book. Minutes pass, but only the... The bank is wrapped in a slippery fog. You look into the milky veil, expecting to see running wolf shadows, but notice this instrument obviously went through the paws of some wild beast. Its body is scratched with claws, and the bellows are torn to shreds. In the grills of the instrument, you find a broken wolf tooth. The tracks are leading east and are lost in the forest fog. You follow them for some... There's a drop near the road. It's notorious for the stories told of it. They say 2 bandits killed each other here in a dispute over money. It smells of rot and graveyard dampness at the bottom. You find 3 old graves here. You whisper a prayer and catch your breath. Even the bandits deserve peace. Even after sunset, the town is boiling with activity. The shops and stalls are open. Your eyes are dragged towards high stone domes and merchant houses almost against your will. You soon find a hunting shop old Yegor was telling you about.
Looks like the shop is closed.
Wisdom will enter your heart and be good for your soul.
Buy an amulet and a trinket. Buy a potion, then drink it. You'll be as healthy as a boar, demons fleeing from your roar.
We didn't see you at Mr. Nikolsky's house yesterday. Did something happen?
Oh, right. The Dvorovoys have lost the key, and I was left without a dress at the last possible moment. I couldn't afford to show up like some kind of unkempt peasant girl now, could I? What are you looking at, girl? By whose orders are you here?
I accidentally overheard your conversation. I can help. Even if the key is lost, there's a popular remedy. I can give the right herb to those Cherdon women. What was that herb that opened locks? Here, press this brake herb onto the lock and it will open.
Open the lock with an herb? Are you jesting?
Wait, an hour helped my servants one time. He also used a herb. Surprisingly, it helped. Everything is possible nowadays. Have you heard how the spiritual sense of Mr. S went?
Yes, really. Thank you for your help. I've heard of the potential of folk remedies, but I wouldn't think it would be applicable to locks. Here, buy yourself a pryanik.
You question the townswomen about your acquaintance.
I know who you're talking about. This family is definitely of means.
I heard he's the sole heir.
I think their family estate is somewhere in the suburbs.
A couple of tiny chorts are sitting on the drunkard's left shoulder. This puny thing isn't worth a Zagavar. The moment you... The players are carried away by a game of Durak.
Lowest price around! Come get your newspaper! Don't count the crow. Wait.
What's the Cherdon Daily?
The latest news from across the West. It's cheap. Buy one. I might not be here tomorrow. Buy it.
Mr. Fairbanks? I need to question you about one of your buyers.
I don't care what you need.
A hunter had to buy supplies from you. His name is Irad.
A peasant girl doesn't belong here.
You hold out a handful of coins. Looks like the merchant is ready to help you now. It's a pity he hasn't become less arrogant.
Alright. I'll tell you about your hunter, but leave me alone. Irad lives on the edge of Cherdon, in the east. I haven't seen him in my shop for a long time. I don't know why you would need him, and I don't care. I think he's finished hunting. Well, don't just stand here in front of the shop. You've learned what you need, so go.
You again. Tell me what you want.
I need to ask Mr. Fairbanks something, but he won't listen to me.
Wait, I'll deal with it.
The townswoman approaches the hunting shop with you, and after an exchange of pleasantries, she asks the merchant to help you. He reluctantly agrees.
Well, don't just stand here in front of the shop. You've learned what you need, so go. Well, don't just stand.
You again. Tell me what you want.
Low prices, come and buy some herbs and other goods.
The wisdom that lies upon dark pages.
The empty stalls looks gloomy. I wish I had come here on a fair day.
The players are carried away by a game of Durak.
Wait! Don't open your...
Well, not just stand here.
The welcoming light of the hunter's lodge is lost among the gloomy outline of pines at the forest's edge.
God bless.
Salam. Who are you?
I'm a granddaughter of Igor Churov, a knower from Vilgard.
Vasilisa. Long time no see. I remember when you were this tall. Well, what brings you here?
Grandpa told me you've known each other for a long time. So you know me as well.
I saw you when I visited Igor. You were little then. They didn't call him old Igor then.
Did he help you?
He did. But all was not well. It's a long story.
I came for help. I need to go to the forest, track the wolves.
The wolves, you say?
You tell him about the events of the wedding.
It so happens that I know. I'll help you. I've known Shuralev for a long time. I'll guide you through the forest.
You think the Leshy is to blame? But how will we find the wolves?
We will, Alabirga, we will. The wolves are gathering in a pack. They'll need a leader. The tracks are leading to Pollude, so we'll go there. I was thinking, where did so many wolves come from? It turns out it's your doing.
This man is to blame, Alexander.
I hear, but he failed to protect. Now your wolves are running amok. They wounded my falcon. They could start attacking people. We need to hurry.
You're hunting with a falcon? I don't remember hearing about that.
Yeah, it's a rare skill. So what now? The curse is passed on to him, but the bite is a weak one.
Let me have a look at your bird.
The wound has almost closed, but the falcon looks bad. You feel the traces of the curse on the wound.
The falcon needs a herb, but which one would be good for a curse? Maybe Adeline herb? No. You need Peter's cross.
You search the closest glades, and soon...
Thank Allah. Thank you, Vasilisa. Igor didn't study you in vain. Take it. I know the feather will be useful in a sorcery.
We need to hurry. They could scatter, and then we won't be able to find them.
It seems some of them are going towards the hunter. Be careful. It seems some of them are going towards the hunter. Be careful.
Several wolf-like figures emerge from the forest. The beasts do not waste any time for their attack. The wounded beasts retreat with fangs bared. With the help of a few old Zagavers, one of the attackers turns into a human. The rest of the beasts, who were ordinary wolves, hide in the forest. You feel the power that fills the Black Book. The seal is still intact, but you're on the right path.
Allah, it's true. He turned back.
What's going on? Have you drank too much?
I wish that were the case. You had a curse on you. Now you're safe. Go home.
Good. Thank you, Vasilisa.
We saved one. How many are left?
Yes, we need to stock up on herbs to break the curse.
You can find the herbs all over the forest. Let's rest a bit and get going. Follow me. I have a samovar ready. It's better to go in the dark. We may not be able to find werewolves during the daytime.
Did Grandpa help you in the past?
There was this incident with Shorane, but I wasn't able to give this chart his due. Maybe it's for the better that you showed up. With a nowhere, we'll be able to track the Leshy.
I need a magic herb. Do you know where they can grow?
To the east of Kolva, all the forests are old, all with masters. That means you'll find your herb there.
How will we search for wedding guests?
We'll follow their tracks. Allah Berga, we'll track down every one of them. Looks like they went to Pollute Stone. We'll find them there.
What a cause he's by.
Hush, Proshka. You'll scare the hunter.
He won't hear anything. Not unless I want to. If I'm dealing with a regular human, he won't know a thing that I'm saying. He thinks I'm purring. Ha! Don't worry. We'll catch your friends soon enough. And put them on a nice strong chain.
It's not funny. What if they've already tried some wolf food?
Then all the better reason for the chain.
Proshka.
Several steps over old moss are enough for the constant murmur of fir branches to cover you entirely. Before you, you see the rotting wood. Ayrat notices a wolf footprint among the rotten boards and impassable nettle. He says a lot of beasts have come through here. In the corners of the abandoned rooms, you see stoves like stone dead men. You peek into one izba and then into another. A circle made of meadow flowers is in the middle of the village. Accompanied by a cold wind, the old secrets the grim fir branches speak of causes the white petals of cuckoo's tears to shiver with fear. You whisper. Ayrat leads you along the wolf tracks. Sometimes he lets his falcon fly, and it seems to help him stay on the right path. The moss under your feet grumbles with every step. Shadows peer out from among the gloomy pines. Or could it be you're just seeing invisible... The hunter looks around intensely and proposes to continue the journey. He makes hints about the leshi and spits. After making mention... In the trembling light of the dying fire, you see a fisherman fighting a wolf pack. He tries to get away on a boat. The rest of the wolves scatter. Looks like there were no werewolves among them. The grateful fisherman gives you all his money and his evening catch. After that, he crosses himself and bows to Palyut. He assumes it was him who brought you. A gloomy river has slowly filled this glade, turning it into a rotting sore. You notice a black figure that jumps from hillock to hillock, all along the way, twitching in a strange manner. Your blood runs cold. This battle in the swamp may prove to be your last, and so... Shaggy fir trees are hugging a roughly built house, as if they are trying to close up. You are able to find some cuckoo's tears flowers and pick them while reading Zagavers. Hunters often store supplies in case of a rainy day. You stealthily put the supplies in your bag. The tracks lead to a foggy ravine and disappear near its edge. You stop in hesitation. Are they worth? A slimy fog flows at the bottom of this ravine. First, you hear hissing, and then a man emerges from the dark.
God helps.
God helps. Let the wolf go. It's no ordinary beast.
I'm not playing games with you, girl. I can see that you are a knower yourself. These werewolves is my prey. So if you want to leave here alive, don't stand in my way.
Listen, give me this werewolf, and I will lift his curse. Why do you want him anyway?
Lift the curse? So what? As soon as he entered my ravine, I saw by his eyes that he was a werewolf. I lift the curse myself as soon as we get to the village. And his relatives will reward me for that. And if I make him human now, I'll have to watch over him. If he's on a chain like this, he'll run there by himself.
So you want a reward? Will you accept it from my hands?
Why not? I have the herbs I need right here. Do you have rubbles?
Be it as you wish. Give me the chain.
The Khaldun tosses you the chain and the magic herb, after which he disappears into the fog. You lift the curse from the werewolf and feel the fourth seal cracking. You're on the right track.
Vasilisa, what happened? Where are we?
You were turned into a wolf, and then a snake Khaldun nearly took you.
You tell the girl about the recent events and help her get to the road leading to Pakcha. After that, you continue along your way. The closer you are to Palyut, the grimmer the hunter becomes. This is also reflected in the falcon. The bird becomes weaker, as if its malady is returning. The wolf path leads you to the naked. A tall man walks between the opening branches. A beast following him obediently turns out to be only a cub. You can make out leftover human clothes. It is a boy that you know, Petka. If he dies in wolf form, he will also die as a human. You can't afford to miss your mark. The man strides on, and you try to follow him. It seems for a moment the werewolf recognizes you, but after the stranger's touch, his eyes become those of a beast again.
Wait, isn't that cursed Petka?
Petka, it's me, Vasilisa. Remember?
The cub looks at you, but doesn't recognize you. There's nothing human in his eyes.
Maybe I can remind Petka that he's not a wolf. Look what I found, Petka. Don't you want to banish some Kolduns?
The cub runs to you sheepishly. The stranger watches Petka with gloomy eyes, but doesn't try to stop him.
God helps. Who are you?
The man looks at you sullenly and doesn't say a word. You don't feel the presence of demons, and he doesn't look like a Leshy.
Let the wolf cub go. It's not a beast. You hear me?
The man doesn't pay you any attention and walks on.
You! Let the wolf cub go!
The stranger raises his furry fists and gets ready for a fight. When you feel that you've won the battle, the stranger runs away towards Palyut with inhuman speed. He leaves the wolf cub behind.
Ah, damn, he escaped.
I think we can catch him. We're following the tracks, right?
Ah, yeah. You won't escape. Let's camp here. We need to catch her breath.
The Bashkir frowns and starts to make a fire. All that's left for you is to deal with Petka. The Bashkir frowns and starts to make a fire. All that's left for you is to deal with Petka. You approach the werewolf boy. His eyes are silently begging you for help. You perform the ritual, and the wolf cub turns into Petka. The boy loses consciousness.
You weren't very surprised by the spirit.
It's not my first day in the forest. I've seen things.
So now we climb the mountain?
The werewolves are running to the pack leader, the master of this mountain. I know the way. I'll guide you. Rest now.
Who was that man? He doesn't look like a chort.
This was Shurale from Palud. Who else? I would recognize him in any form. Werewolves run towards him. If no words of priests don't turn them back, they stay wild beasts for life. A person due to me disappeared once, and old Yegor helped me to make a charter. The Leshri didn't give her back anyway. He took her for himself. He, by Palud. That means it was him. He was afraid to show himself to me. Now we're going to track him down.
Was it long ago that old Yegor helped you?
Long ago. You were still little. When the charter didn't help, we went searching by ourselves. We found my wife, but it was too late.
Where are we? I can't remember. It's hard to speak. Seems unfamiliar.
Have you seen other wedding guests?
I can't remember. It's like it was all in a fog, as if they were running. Nikolai was there, beside me. We were back in here, as if called by someone. We ran as fast as we could. That's how we were separated. Then I met an old man. He took me. The others are still near. I still feel it.
Who was that man with you?
The old man. He was bringing me home. I was following him. I heard everything in the forest with them. We heard you too. A kind old man he was. Where are we? I can't remember.
How do you feel?
I can't remember. I used to live in a village, not in the forest, right? How much time has passed? A lot?
The boy stares at the flames without blinking. It seems that he is lost in his thoughts.
We're getting close. I say this with all my divinating Susietka authority.
Can you divine anything else?
Nah, I've always been bad at foretelling. Who is? The other Susietkas are also guessing, and they're usually off the mark. Don't worry, Vася. We'll help you and yours. Still, you should stock up on Cuckoo's tears.
What kind of wisdom do you possess? Seek me out, girl, and I will grant you knowledge. I can...
After several hours of rest, you go on your way. Among the forests, at the foot of Palyud, you almost forget that Cherdin is somewhere near. The evil spirits pull you out of your thoughts. You see their burden. You stop, feeling witching forces near one of the old pines. You look up. Its branches reach to the skies, and it seems you come closer to the tree. Its heavy branches hide you from the outer world. You feel that you have entered an ancient place of an alien power. The hunter says the pack caught a mighty moose here. They dragged it somewhere to the east. The hunter says the pack caught a mighty moose here. They dragged it. You smell blood as moonlight shines over the wolves gorging themselves in a wild feast. Some of the beasts have red eyes. There's a werewolf in this pack, but it looks like he hasn't. The pack senses your smell and surrounds you in anticipation of defending their prey. When the frightened remnants of the wolf pack disappear behind the trees, you take a step. You perform the ritual, and the wolf turns into a bridesmaid. As soon as...
Where am I? Everything is in a fog.
I came in time. If you had eaten anything, then...
You tell the girl what happened, and help her get to the path leading to Pakcha, after which you go on your way. Irat continues to lead you along the tracks. Soon, the path is surrounded by overhanging trees that look like church walls. You insist on finding another way, and the Bashkir, reluctant... You hear the gentle gurgling of a creek nearby, as well as the steady sighing of branches. You can...
Travelers, come closer. You can rest here after your long journey.
Don't try your black arts on us. We're Khaldoons ourselves.
It seems that Irat has succumbed to sorcery. He steps towards the undead. You grab his sleeve and whisper a Zagaver. The sorcery vanishes. The Rusalka hisses in anger.
Why are you here, you Khaldoons?
Wait, don't be angry. We need to get to the top. We're not going to spoil your creek.
Yes, this is my creek, mine. You want to pass? Pledge a sacrifice to me. Then I'll let you pass. And tell you about the treasure. The other knower left it here, not far away.
What kind of sacrifice do you want?
I know churches ask you Khaldoons for jobs. Let one of them bring a man to me. As you can see, I only wish for some company.
Maybe we can play some cards. If I win, you'll tell about the treasure.
So be it. But if you lose, I'll take your soul. right. I will tell you, as we agreed. If you go east, you'll find a cave. A Khaldun died there. Don't look at me. I didn't kill him. I don't know the reason.
You cross the creek, watching the Rusalka attentively, but she disappears behind the sedge and doesn't show herself. The winding creek leads you to an unwelcoming cave. In the gloomy darkness, you make out gray human bones. The air is full of sorcerous powers. The clothes are long gone, and all you can say about the deceased is that he died very long ago. Perhaps his remains weren't scattered by wild beasts, because there is still some power left in this place. You open the pestiere, and several famished and frightened chorts emerge from it. They quickly disappear in the darkness. Inside, you see an old spindle. A sharp pain pierces your hand when you touch this accursed item. Unable to resist, you put the spindle in your bag. The clothes are long gone, and not far from the top of Palud, you find a glade, basking in the moonlight. It's close to the drop.
I barely remember what happened before the forest.
Oh, you're from Pakcha, Petька.
You'll remember in time. I've seen it once before. A hunter was led astray by a Shurale, but that one didn't completely come to his senses. This one is still young. He will.
That's all right, Petька. We'll make you better. You'll remember.
I want to go home, Vasya. To my mother.
Your thoughts return to the day of the wedding, when you were searching for herbs. You recollect the stories old Yegor used to tell you of Khalduns who lost a duel. You never thought it could happen to you.
Are you ready to take on the Leshy?
I don't like any of this. Anything can happen. The Forest Master is not an easy foe.
I don't think you're ready. They ruined your wedding, and you let him sleep near the foot of the mountain. Why would this be any different? We cannot let him escape. I know what we should do. The Leshy draws his power from the forest. Palud Forest is strong, and the Leshy is strong also. We need to set the trees on fire. We will light one here, near the tops. Then Shurale will grow weak. Alaberga, he won't escape. Well, What do you think?
This plan you've thought up is a sin. This forest feeds you.
All right. You do as you like.
Plus, I'm scared. When are we going back?
Stop whining. Be glad you're alive.
The boy bites on his lip and hides his tears behind the torn sleeve of his shirt.
Sheridan is somewhere out there. Can't make it out from here.
The trail leads to the very top. The trail leads to the very top. The iron smell doesn't bode well. You start to speed up, but the werewolf closes the distance. It looks at...
It will be difficult for me to reach the human inside. How do I address him? Samson, don't you remember me?
The wolf bares his teeth and attacks you. The beast collapses at your feet. It seems he's still breathing. After a moment, the wolf turns into Fedka, the accordion player. You feel...
Oh, my lord. What's going on? Where am I?
The wedding was cursed. The groom and some other people were transformed. All will be well soon.
The wedding? Nikolai's? Oh, I must have drunk too much at the wedding feast the other evening.
What's the last thing you remember?
We were talking on the wagon.
Well, at least you still have your memory. Oh, you haven't eaten any wolf food. I made it in time.
Lord, help me. Where are we? Did I hit my head or something?
Wait, Fyodor. We'll talk later. Look after him while I take care of some other business. Don't follow me. It's dangerous out here.
Alright. I don't understand any of this.
I'll explain later.
Near the peak, you see the inky black mouth of a cave, standing in contrast to the ruthless wildfire around it. Ayrat is waiting for you by the entrance.
Surely won't get away from us. He'll have to answer for the wedding, as well as for my falcon, as well as for my family.
Are you insane? You're burning the same forest that feeds you.
Feeds me? Feeds me, you say? So what of it? What of my life? What of someone else's life? When he drags everyone who gets close to it into the abyss, I won't serve as cattle to be fattened up for the butcher. Look into the ravine. Do you see the darkness? Let all you priests go there with the candles. They won't make it go away. Do you think we can bargain with it? It won't make a sound. It's wild as night, as the northern wind. What are we doing? Undergrowth, rot. You can't bargain with it, but you can take vengeance upon it.
Ayrat.
No! Would your wedding be cursed without this demon? Would your friends become wolves? I think not. It wanted it. It got it. And now, it's feeding on their souls. And laughing at us.
Ayrat takes a step forward and disappears into the dark opening of the cave. You try to catch up to the hunter, but he escapes you as if in a dream. The fiery darkness smells of blood and burning wood. In the deep of the cave, you find the wolf shepherd and a werewolf in a ragged soldier's coat. Beside them is a pack of wolves, Ayrat's body by their feet.
What's wrong with Ayrat?
He didn't leave my pack any choice.
Ayrat told me you killed his wife. And now you killed him?
Killed his wife? He thought so. But it's not true. You know yourself that I'm not an evil spirit. I remember what happened. The fiery short is to blame for that death. I know who's to blame. Though I think you're not ready to learn it.
I'm ready.
You know yourself who sends shorts. And that short smelled of your sorcery.
But I wasn't a witch then.
Yes, you were too young. But your shorts were owned by another Khaldun.
It can't be. Who are you?
I think you know. You mention me in your Zaghaverse quite often.
Wolf Shepherd. I need to break the wolf seal.
I know. This is your choice. A hard and a difficult one. Nikolai will break the seal.
I came for the soldier.
You want to take him, but he will be better with me, safer.
Among wolves?
His soul will be safe. He can always fall from grace among men. But be it as you wish, you didn't walk all this way in vain. Take Nikolai, but I have to go.
The wolf shepherd disappears in the acrid smoke of fire in front of your eyes. You quickly perform a ritual for Nikolai. Nikolai opens his eyes, and before you can say anything, the black book flies out of your hands. One more seal is broken. The seal breaks with a flash and clash of force. You look around. It seems as if the fire has combined with ancient sorcery to begin to destroy this cave.
Hold on! The cart's about to turn over! Vasilisa! What? Fire?
Jesus Christ, you remember. So you haven't eaten anything. That's at least one good piece of news.
I think wife and I, we were on our way to get married with the guests.
That's right. We were cursed. I couldn't protect you.
Cursed? How? Where are we?
Procession has turned to wolves, Kolya. I think the cave is about to collapse. I'll explain everything later. We need to get out of here. Nikolai! Hey! Is there anybody there? Proshka? This fog is so cold. I need to get out. I think Cherdin is to the west. Right. But where's west? Maybe if I can come to a glade, I will be able to tell.
Suddenly, you hear strange sounds. You stop in time to keep from falling off a precipice whose bottom is lost in the fog. When you turn around, the forest spirits attack you from the mist. The slippery fog envelops you with the chill of autumn. Its clouds bit the damp fog takes on the form of forest spirits. A tall figure sticks out from behind the trees. It's difficult to determine who this is. You feel uneasy from the figure disappears. Ghostly claps reverberate. Ghostly silhouettes arise from the haze. First, an old galbetz, then a crooked cross made out of mossy branches. You carefully walk along the rotting fence and shiver against your will. You wander among the fir trees, standing silent in the fog. They all seem to be equally hostile. They weave The branches grab your dress. You realize that you've fallen. The forest here is truly impassable. You fall, tumbling into an old... On one of the trees, you spot a red ribbon and head over to it. It's weathered with time and eaten by worms. The moment you... The gloomy forest parts before the foggy glade. The opening continues to the left and to the right. You stop and think about where you should go next. Your gaze falls... You decide to walk around the demons. You try to walk away from the Leshy, but the road is...
I can't keep wandering here any longer. I need to calm down and think. What can I do to find the way? Right. There's one way. I should shake my clothes and put them on inside out. Then the demons will stop confusing me.
You undress. The fog envelops you with penetrating cold. You quickly shake your clothes. The fog gradually recedes, and in the distance, you see a village in the middle. You take the unusual footwear and approach the people. You reach the village. It seems that the forest's humming darkness recedes here, though the pine...
God be with you.
God be with you. Wait, you're new, aren't you? Oh! Ha! What a meeting! Hey, people! Marfa, are you home? Look, the forest brought us another one.
What is this village?
Oh, it's Nimza. We're from Nimza. Now you are too. And I think you will be for a long time.
Tell me about your village.
It's your village now too. It's a permanent village. Mostly Yazba. But there are also some Russians. I'm not a very clever permanent person, but I know 2 languages. What can you tell us about Nimza? We're doing our farming quite here. A pity though. We don't get as much salt as we used to.
What do you mean a long time?
It's just that the forest master keeps us here. He doesn't let us go anywhere. I can't even tell you how long this has been going on.
What do you mean, doesn't let you go?
We have whatever we desire here. A west forest, plenty of fields, but if you venture any further, it's all fog. It doesn't let us go. You wander around and wind up back here.
And if you turn your clothes inside out?
We've tried everything. Praying, turning our clothes inside out. We've just come to accept it. How much time has passed? Several years. I can't tell you any more accurately than that.
So I'm not the first one that Yashi brought to you.
Don't go saying his name left and right. You're not the only one Borsa brought. He takes them from somewhere. Were you lost long? That's why you're here. Recently some cab driver arrived. The forest brought him to us. Now you will live with us.
I've been walking through the forest the entire day. I have no strength left.
We have several abandoned izbas. Stay the night wherever you wish. You can use that one. No one lives there now. All right, I have to go. We've spent enough time chatting. I won't catch anything if we sit around talking all day, now will I? I'll come by tomorrow morning and see how you're doing.
Thank you. My name is Vasilisa.
And I'm Efim. Jesus be your guide.